What's up, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you are watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts Rebellious D and Trav. How you fellas doing today?
And we chilling. It's
There
late.
you go.
It's late. It is late, man. But today we had to get it out of the way because we have a busy week still ahead of us. And on today's video, we are reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong, which came out today. And before we get into today's review,
Come out today. Came out yesterday.
Damn,
bro, it came out today.
Came out Thursday.
Today, what's today? Today is Thursday.
I mean, it came out Wednesday.
It came out Wednesday. Yeah, that's right. We were supposed to do this review yesterday, but we ended up doing it today. But yes, sorry.
He lagging.
Sorry, it can't. Hey, look, I'm jet lagged right now.
It's all right.
Yes, it came out yesterday. We're doing the review today. But before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you hit the subscribe button, and you tap that bell button so that way you're always notified whenever we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. That being said, let's go ahead and get into today's review. And like I said, Godzilla vs. Kong. It takes place 5 years after the events of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now, in Godzilla King of the Monsters, they did make reference to Kong. And if I remember correctly, Trav, I know that you just watched the movie recently. Don't they say that Kong was like he was still too young or something like that in order to be on Godzilla's radar because all of the other monsters they were trying to come after Godzilla?
I don't remember that part in particular. I know they talked about it in Kong Skull Island.
Yeah, I know they mentioned
a young Kong.
Yeah, he wasn't as big. He wasn't fully grown. Basically, he was too young.
Yeah,
he wasn't as big as his parents yet.
Yeah. Now I just remember, but like I said, it's been a while since I saw that movie, but it was a really good movie. I just remember that they did mention Kong in that movie at some state. I know in Kong Skull Island, they mentioned Godzilla in the post credits or something like that. And like that was how you found out that both of the characters were in the same universe, which was cool because it's like, you know, Godzilla was a really good movie back when it first came out. I want to say it was in 2014. Yeah. And then when Kong Skull Island came out, I didn't see it initially when it first came out, but I watched it after I had watched Godzilla King of the Monsters because I didn't know that they were both set in the same universe. But in King of the Monsters, there is a post-credit scene where it shows that the scientists have taken King Ghidorah's skull and they're pretty much going to use it for whatever purposes that they want to use it for. We'll get to that later in the review. But yeah, I mean, I thought that the movie started off really cool. You know, Kong, he was still on Skull Island. And, you know, you had a classic tune playing and whatnot. And I was just like, man, Kong's just living his best life.
Or it would appear that was what was going on.
They fooled me.
Yeah.
Travel, what was going on?
Well, he won't on Skull Island. He was in a fake Skull Island. They done put my boy in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was the 2020 NBA playoffs, bro. Put my boy in the bubble, quarantined him.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I found it interesting he was on to him too. I thought that was cool.
He
knew what was going on.
Yeah, he was smart. That's the one thing that I love about Kong. Trav, like when you said the bubble, it made me think about the giant bubble in the Simpsons movie. Remember that?
Bro, I haven't seen this. I'm not a Simpsons fan like that, so I haven't seen the Simpsons.
I'm not either, but I've seen the movie
since
it
came out. Only Bubble.
Explain your reference.
Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
I remember Bubble Boy too, but it was interesting, like how they had Kong on this island because they know that Godzilla is a thing. Like he's been around now for years, and Godzilla, he is an alpha. He took out King Ghidorah in the last movie, so and King Ghidorah wasn't even an alpha. It was more. It was like the ultimate. It was an alien. You know what I'm saying? So that was the reason why Godzilla needed to defeat him in the last movie. But Kong is an alpha now, and they have to have Kong in hiding because there can't be two alphas roaming the earth.
Godzilla can kind of sense other kaiju.
You're right.
And he basically, you know, they explained it later in the movie that he uses the tunnels going through the, what was it called, the inner Earth?
Hollow.
The hollow Earth. Thank you, Trav. And basically, that's how he was getting to place as quick as he could. Which I thought was interesting.
Hollow Earth is a real theory. Not
Yeah, I've been there.
necessarily that there's dragons and all kinds of mythical creatures, but that the earth is hollow in the middle.
Sick. Y'all think what
Yeah.
I'm thinking?
What?
Y'all want to go down there?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
thinking that.
bro, it's like when I think about that, it reminds me of Land of the Lost. Wasn't that the TV show back
Yeah,
in the
well,
day?
that's based
Yeah.
on the hollow earth theory.
Nice.
Okay.
Land
Nice.
of the Lost.
Because
Didn't know
it
that.
was Land of the Lost, and then what was the one that came on Nickelodeon?
Journey
It
to
was
the
like-
center of the earth.
Yeah, no. Like Land of the Lost was like the original, I guess, 70s or 60s
Yeah.
or
But
80s
then they
TV
redid
show.
it with Will
Yeah.
Ferrell.
Yeah.
That
No,
movie was based
yeah, it
off
was.
of that. But there was a
Right.
TV show on Nickelodeon that was a sequel.
Oh my
to,
God, you're right.
Remember?
Bro, yes.
I can't remember what it was called.
Bro,
though,
they
but
had
it was a
aerodactyls and shit.
Yeah. It was. Was it?
Trav's
It was
on- he's
wasn't
on
it Secrets of the Land of the Lost?
Bro.
Are you looking it up?
Oh, of course.
You know he's on it. Yeah, but
I
Trav's
haven't
looking
thought
it
about
up.
this show in forever.
That's why.
It was called Land of the Lost, dude.
It
Holy
was?
moly, what a throwback.
Hey, that's what we do up here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. We refresh those memory noggins because there are a bunch of shows that we haven't seen in years, and some of these shows you can't even find anywhere.
Nope. And with that, Banks, before we get any further into it, did you by any chance go back and watch the original, or had you seen the original Kong versus Godzilla?
No, I honestly, like when it comes to Godzilla movies,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch them when I was a kid because I was afraid of Godzilla when I was a kid. The only Godzilla movie that I watched when I was that young was the one that came out in 1999 because
please.
by that point
shit's
in my
boo-boo.
my
Come
life, you know, I was older now, so it's like I wasn't as afraid how I
Ain't
used
nobody
to be.
scared of that dinosaur.
But yo,
yeah.
that when the first time I saw a Godzilla movie, I want to say it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was in my mom's room, and I thought it was real. I was just like why don't we do anything about it?
See,
You know,
this guy, why don't we do
being
anything
kid,
about
being
this?
being a kid, you see this stuff like real talk. When Jurassic Park first came out, my uncle took me to go see that movie.
I bet you were
And
terrified.
Rest in peace, Uncle Brad. Thank you for taking me to go see that movie. And I remember they were doing construction out my grandma's neighborhood. So like I kept on hearing like loud noises, and like I was just like, "Yo, they coming
was
for
shook.
us! The dinosaurs are coming!"
He was sitting on the toilet like, "Oh boy."
Oh God!
like
No,
the
I mean,
male.
yeah.
What? I can't remember his name. The dude from Seinfeld, who was Newman in Seinfeld.
I never watched Seinfeld.
Well, that's the dude that sat on the toilet in Jurassic Park.
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of his
remember
name.
the actor's name.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Is it Wayne? It's Wayne something.
It's Wayne something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But this dude Banks, bro. It's like that's
what?
why he trolls people now, because his whole life he grew up thinking everything was real.
Yeah, he thought all
So
this stuff was
it's
real
like
until he went
payback for
outside.
him.
It's like an
payback.
episode of the Twilight Zone. He went outside and realized
This
none of that
guy-
stuff was out there.
Who
But-
watches Godzilla and thinks it's real, bro?
You
I
ever
mean,
seen-
bro, hold on. You
Uh,
can't sit here and say who watches Godzilla and thinks it's real. You had kids that watched Child's Play when they were kids, and now they thought that one of their stuffed animals or something was
you're
going
right.
to kill them.
How-
Hey,
I'm
but they
sorry,
in his defense, they do make those dolls. And
I
that's-
should have asked him how old he was.
Well, I
Sure.
said I was a child. So the first time I saw the movie,
Well, you
it
said
had
you
to-
saw Godzilla 2000, so that
That
means
was
you were 10 or
99.
11.
That was not. Yeah, that was 99. I was afraid of playing the Resident Evil games when I
You
was
were
a kid.
10 and 11, bro.
Well, damn, there's a
God,
big
what,
difference
90
between
came out-
Godzilla
You
and
make it
Resident
seem
Evil
like you were
games.
5 or something. You were 11 years old.
The original Godzilla movies, like when I first saw it, like I was a kid.
Bro, didn't he
Yeah.
just say the first one he saw was the 1999 one?
Yeah, no, I said that's the first one I watched. That's the first one I watched.
D,
like,
this
the
guy,
first,
look
the
at
first
him.
one that
All
I
right.
saw was the original one, and like I didn't watch it. That's the first time I saw Godzilla. Was
Okay.
the original Godzilla. But
Well-
I said once I got older, it's like Trav, it's like you trying to put words in my mouth. and you
Nah,
trying
I'm
to-
going
off
you
of what
trying
you
to
said,
confuse-
homeboy.
Hey, Trav, you say you got the ear, but you ain't listening, Playboy.
Nah,
Like,
you
D,
nah,
go
you
ahead,
saying
D, go
it
ahead
wrong,
and say
and
what
now
you
you
was
back
saying.
No,
Talking
uh-oh.
Go ahead and say what you were saying about
Clear the air,
Godzilla and
D.
Kong.
Clear the
Yeah,
air.
what I wanted
ain't
to
gonna sit here
say
and keep going
is-
back with this dude. I said it already. I ain't gonna keep doing it. Don't sit there and sip your
Are you
drink.
gonna let
Go
D
ahead,
talk? Are you gonna let D talk?
You know how I do.
You gonna let him talk?
You know what I said. Hey, it's all documented, baby. It's all on YouTube. They know.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, if you had or had not seen the original Kong versus Godzilla, is essentially they did a much better job with this update of fleshing it out. You know, back in the day it was just monster on monster, movie after movie for most of it. Then they started introducing like a little Power Ranger force that was supposed to fight Godzilla later on. But it was like, this is much better because there's a story to it. They added in the element of like the Hollow Earth and things like that and gave Kong the actual purpose. You know, before it was just like, dude, this is my town. No, this is my town. Let's fight.
Yeah.
And it's just, I want to commend them for that. I was really into the story. Yeah, kudos to them.
Now,
So,
D,
yeah.
I don't, because I've seen clips of Kong versus Godzilla, but weren't there two different endings? Like for American audiences, didn't they have Kong win and then in Japan Godzilla won?
Yeah, because that was the main one that aired here. I'm not sure totally on two different endings, but I know essentially every time I've ever seen it on TV, it's always Kong who forces Godzilla out. Similar to the same way the movie ended, it was like that. They kind of had, I guess, really, if I were to go back and look at it now, opposed to being younger, preteen, like maybe it was just a mutual respect then too. But the difference is, like I said, the story is actually well better to receive now, this version, because then it's, the language barriers and things of that nature just don't, you're just watching them thud each other. Yeah. And then Kong gets the bad.
Each other.
Yeah, I mean, they thud each other. So I thought that was really cool. But essentially, the way I was told and I received it is, like you said, Kong represented America and Godzilla represented Japan. So
yeah, I mean, it's one thing. I'm pretty sure that did happen, because I know, like with certain things, like they switch stuff around for different countries and whatnot. So it would only make sense because, Godzilla was big in Japan, that when that movie came out in Japan, that of course Godzilla won. Or it could have been the opposite, whereas in Japan they had Kong win, and then in America they had Godzilla win. So who knows? But I wanted to bring up Brian Tyree Henry's character. He played Bernie Hayes, and he was an employee at Apex Cybernetics, and he had a podcast called The Titan Conspiracy Theory. Now, what I loved about his character in this movie was just him in general. I was having this conversation with D earlier on the phone, and I was telling him, like, most of the roles that he's been in, he's always been like a serious or laid back character. It's always been like comedic roles as well. So it was interesting seeing him in this role where he was kind of similar to how Jamie Foxx was in Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it's like he was crazy. He was a conspiracy theorist and whatnot. And it was very out there. And it just goes to show like how good of an actor that he is, because like when I saw him like this, I was just like, dang, it's just like he's doing a really good job. Yeah. Trav D, I don't know if you've seen him in any other movies.
I've seen him in a ton
Child's
of stuff.
Play.
Yeah, he was in Child's Play. He's in Atlanta. He's been in a lot of movies. So it's just,
hey, if y'all ain't seen White Boy Rick.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie. Is it good?
Oh, hell yeah.
Because it's based on a true story too, right?
Yeah, it's based on a true story. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's something.
Stamp of approval.
That's something that I definitely wanted to check out. Isn't Matthew McConaughey in it, or is it Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, no, it's Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why I didn't see that movie when it came. It's the same thing. Like he was in the movie.
Oh, we know why.
He was in the movie. He was in the movie with Liam Neeson. Where the widows. Remember, it was like Viola Davis was in it.
No, I ain't seen that. I think really all I seen him in is White Boy Rick, Child's Play. Remember he was in Joker?
Yeah, he was in Joker. He was running. He was running for. I think it was like something that involved like city council or something. Let me look it up real quick.
Nah, yeah, I have no clue, man. I ain't seen that. But yeah, his range is pretty.
It was called Widows. That was the movie. It came out in 2018. And Colin Farrell was in it. Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez. It had a really
cast.
good. Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya was in it. So it was a really good movie, but I feel like it was overshadowed because something else had came out around the same time that the movie came out. It came out in November. I'm trying to remember what else came out in November of 2018.
You know what happened? Wheezy came back in November.
Oh God, this guy.
He was gone to November. He came back.
He
That's
did.
what happened.
I don't remember like what other movies, but anyway, I just
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't remember.
I do want to mention, guys, that this is the third thing we've reviewed in like a month's time that has Morgan Edge in it, and I'm just starting to wonder.
Jesus
if this
Christ!
I mean,
That
this
dude
guy
does look like Morgan
Yeah,
Edge,
he look like
bro.
Morgan Edge.
You talking about your boy
Simmons?
Walter Simmons? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I was
that's
like,
funny,
man, they got
bro.
yeah Morgan. Hey, if we see one more, guys,
There's
one more
always that
Morgan
guy.
Edge.
one more Morgan Edge.
I mean, well, I guess you could kind of say,
Edge is in.
no, what's his name? Tobias Wells is a Morgan Edge.
Oh
too.
God, the albino. He's the unlockable costume.
Uh-huh.
Good lord, like this
Man,
guy.
hey, I don't know how Tobias Wells isn't on more people's radar for like top tier villains, because the stuff that he says, he's like one of those anime villains where it's like the anime villain is talking some real stuff, and he's just like, damn,
Well,
like
it's probably because he's on the CW.
probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like the
unfortunately.
audience reach isn't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
To,
Hopefully he gets more work after this. I'd like to see that guy continue his career.
Well, I know he voiced Tombstone and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. But I mean,
Really?
yeah, but that means
Why were
he
you
really
so
didn't have that
hesitant
many
on the
lines.
title?
Huh?
It's like you were unsure of the title the way you said it. It was
Bro, because
funny.
I was about to get it mixed up with Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and
Yeah, they
All
do
that-
have a few of those running
yeah,
around.
it's a bunch of different Spider-Man multiverse
Yeah.
movies. But yeah, D. I mean, you're right. We did have the Morgan Edge in this movie and whatnot, and
Good
we
villain.
find out that he and his team who started Apex. That's the reason why I don't go to the Apex that we have here in Virginia. Virginia now.
Oh, heard that.
Hey, bro, real talk. Griff, he said that because he's gone to Apex and he was with his daughter, and as soon as she heard Apex, he was just like, he said, "Yeah, those are the same people," and she was just like, "I don't want to go anymore."
Hey, I wouldn't want to go in there neither.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but Bernie, he knew something was going on, and we see that Godzilla,
Yep.
he knew something was going on too, because he was attacking the Apex Cybernetics facility, and they were hiding something.
Yeah.
And Bernie, he knew something was going on and whatnot. And the first attack, it took place in Pensacola. As soon as they said Pensacola, I was thinking about our good friend Lindsay Love's cosplay, and I was saying, look, bro, I wanted to message her and be like, "Hey, I hope you're all right."
Hope you're okay.
We heard what happened,
Childish.
but yeah. So we have returning characters from the first movie, but only one for real. Madison Russell, not the first movie, the second movie.
Mhm.
And her dad, he returns too, but he's more of just like a small cameo.
Yeah, I wish we would have got more of Dr. Russell.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb that it's just like, you have him in the movie, but
Well,
it's just like the focus is on his daughter.
no, I
and I'm
get it
just
though.
like,
There was
I was-
already enough storylines going on, bro.
Yeah.
There was no need to add another one.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but I just wish that they would have did the same thing that they did with the second movie, where it's like they just introduced new characters throughout the entire thing, like introduce a new main character. I wasn't expecting, because I never watched the trailer for Godzilla versus Kong. Was she in the trailer for the movie?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
see, I didn't know, but it was just interesting that it's just like, she returned.
Well,
to the
you got to
movie.
think when the other one came out, she was much younger.
Yeah. Well, how old is she now? Like what, 15, 16?
If that, maybe.
Because I know she's on Stranger Things, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. I still have to watch that. That's something that's on my list.
17 years old.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, she makes a return. She knows that something is going on, and it's like she knows that Godzilla is a good is on their team pretty much because of what he's done.
She riding for Zilla.
Yeah, she was just like, Dad, you know that something is going on. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, I mean, like her dad made a good point.
I was like, who let her in there? That was my first thought. Like, damn, they let her get up this far?
Yeah.
He was clearly like working on something. I was like, really?
Her dad was like, sometimes people just he said Godzilla is just like a person. He changes too. But
he said monsters are just like people. They change.
I mean, but that's true because when you think about it, Scooby-Doo showed us that the monsters were people in costume. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Godzilla is really like her dad said. He's like people.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he was wrong. So don't
he was
too much. Don't agree too much with him. He was wrong. He was stone cold wrong. And it's interesting that nobody on the outside actually knew what Apex was doing. I thought that was interesting how they had the different facilities and they were, it wasn't the first time he had attacked them. They said that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, but it didn't draw any attention at all. So that was kind of weird. Like, how many facilities did he destroy and how many times did they have to cover it up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he was trying to find something. There was a reason why Godzilla was only attacking. Like, think about it. Like, he's not attacking any cities or anything like that. He's only going after Apex, and nobody's just trying to put two and two together except Bernie, who is just like, something is going down. So Madison, she listens to his podcast, and her and her friend Josh, they go on a road trip to try and find Bernie, so that way that they can figure out what's going on with Godzilla and why he's attacking the Apex facilities.
Yep.
And while all of this is going on, they're trying to get Kong off of Skull Island because they eventually feel that Godzilla is going to find him. And also too, Kong isn't happy to be on this fake Skull Island because it's not the real thing, and he feels trapped compared to originally, like he was free. It was just like being in a zoo to compare to anything.
And I think
they had Kong sedated because they figured that if he was sedated, that Godzilla wouldn't be able to pick him up or anything like that. And what happens? Godzilla finds him. Kong, he's chained up and he's sedated and whatnot.
He's in the middle of the ocean.
They was in the ocean.
It seemed like a bad idea. It's like, why didn't they just fly him there to begin with? Like, why would
exactly. No, they had him in the ocean.
Look, if this was Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? He gets that bonus. Godzilla was all over that. Come on,
the field advantage.
Exactly.
Yeah, Godzilla, man, he went through the ship and like they was just like, yo, we got to get Kong out of there. But I will tell you, it was so satisfying when it's like they were both face to face. And then Kong, he rocked him. I was just like, yo, I had to rewind that because it was just something about Godzilla getting punched.
Man, those fights were amazing.
Yeah, but like this one ended in a draw.
They gave this round to Godzilla. The second round went to Kong. And
the final went to Godzilla.
Remember he put him out. He put him out in the second one.
In the second round,
because he was laying in the building.
He hit him on the head with the axe.
Yeah, he was laying in the building.
And remember that's when the doctor, what's his name, Dr. Nathan.
Yes,
he was just like, looks like Kong's won this round, and then it's like Godzilla was looking for him, and that's why
he got him looking for him.
Godzilla might have been stronger, but Kong was smarter
and more agile.
One of the things that I liked was when Godzilla was looking for him when they were in the city, and Kong he had threw the thing, and then Godzilla turned around.
He tried to put him in the sleeper.
He leaped off the building like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Tried to put him in the sleeper.
Godzilla won't have it that.
Nah. What? Yeah.
But I'll say, like, going back to their first fight, I thought it was sweet when they were fighting, and then Kong, he knocks him into the water, and then Godzilla, he's charging up the beam. You see Kong, he hop off the ship. I was like, hell yeah, man. It was sweet. Like all
saw that power punch coming, man. It was just well thought out. I thought.
Hey,
go ahead, Trav.
That Jank. Again, yo, he saw it. He said, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, he knocked it. It was like a video game. He said, "Ooh."
Yeah. Before we get too far away from the podcast that Bernie has, I thought it would have been cool if they did something interactive for the fans. like something pre-recorded because was it what's the name of it? Cloverfield. They have like their own website set up. That's the main one I could think of recently, where it was something that they kept going throughout the movies, you know, so that you could actually go there and kind of interact. And then they had to a point where you could win different prizes. I thought it would be cool if they had pre-recorded or had other people do the podcast for it. I think it would have been cool, like a limited edition series kind of thing. Yeah.
Now,
but go ahead.
Like I wanted to say, I feel that because me and Griff had this conversation earlier where he agrees with you, Trav. He didn't think that the first fight was a draw, but the reason why I said that it was a draw was because, for one, Kong, he was sedated, so he wasn't in the right state of mind when he was fighting Godzilla, and then two, Kong also had assistants from the military too that were sitting there distracting Godzilla and giving Kong, a fighting chance. But it's like, they were fighting in the water and everything. The fight ends up ending in a draw. Then when they have the fight in the city, like D was saying, like Kong, he knocks Godzilla out.
Yeah, he was my man asleep.
Then they have the third fight. Godzilla whoops his ass, and when Godzilla, he had his foot on his chest. And then Kong was screaming, Godzilla was screaming, and then Kong was like, "Save Martha!" And Godzilla was just like, "How do you know that name?"
Bro, that's exactly what I thought too, dude.
I mean, when you think about it,
it's the same premise.
Yeah, the same thing happened. It's just like, instead of killing him, he just left. And then he goes and he fights Mecha Godzilla. Now, I wanted to talk about Mecha Godzilla because I don't know. Again, like I said, I didn't watch the trailer, but did they hint or show Mecha Godzilla was going to be in this movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, they did.
It was, if you slowed down the actual trailer, you could see the overhead shot where he's kind of like going over the people running down like steps in between the building. A lot of people were looking at that shot in particular.
Oh, and they already put out the toy.
Oh, okay.
Damn, they put the toy out. Revealed. Oh, they won't hide it.
Okay, so it was already revealed then.
We just didn't know what the deal was gonna be.
Yeah. And we're about to get to that. But before we do too, I wanted to touch on when they go to the Hollow Earth, and
that's part of the movie.
Kong, he finds it's like the axe, and we find out that this is like Kong. This is where like his ancestors come from, and then also like Godzilla's ancestors are from this from the Hollow Earth as well. Mm-hmm. Now, at first, like when I saw the axe, like I thought it was just like just a regular axe, but come to find out, it's actually one of the spikes on Godzilla's back, and the axe part, like the handle, is the bone. So I thought that was really interesting. And we had your boy Walter Simmons, his daughter Maya. She was with the group of researchers that went there, so that way that Kong could have a way to defeat Godzilla. And it was just like, of course, like when they found that power, they was just like, we taking it, so that way we can make Mecha Godzilla stronger. And Mecha Godzilla, we find out that they use King Ghidorah's head. I mean, not his head, but his skull. So that way that they could make Mecha Godzilla.
Which that was another tie-in, because they did that in the like the post movie where they took the skull.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, in the last movie, they took the skull. So we find out like that's the reason why Godzilla was attacking Apex, because come to find out, that skull was much more powerful than what it seemed. And we have Ren Sarazawa, who was the doctor's son. I can't remember the doctor's name, but he was the one who sacrificed himself in the second movie.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, it's just like, it's, we don't know if you have any brothers or sisters. It's like, you supposed to be this man's living legacy, and then you end up dying.
He doing the opposite of what his dad did.
Yeah, like he was like, I don't know. It's like they were trying to they were trying to have their own defense in case Godzilla turned. And we've seen this in like several other things, like with Superman. you know, they wanted to have like their own Superman in case Superman turned on them and whatnot. So I get it. I understand why, you know, Mecha Godzilla was created, but it ended up biting them in the ass.
Nah, yeah, it did. Quick. Like, it wasn't even like, it didn't even build up, bro. He was like, hey, this is unstable. Yeah.
Bro, as soon as they turned it on.
Yeah, it literally walked over to him and just crushed him. I wanted to see more of him, dude. I would have liked to see him maybe get away on the rope ladder or something with the helicopter. No, there was none of that. Immediately, bro. Immediately. So.
Hey, rightfully so. Kong messed that boy up, bro.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, for sure.
Hey,
I'm glad that they was able to, you know, bring Kong back to life because he was about to die. And Godzilla, he was catching them hands to Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, he was.
What did Josh? No, what did Bernie call him? Then he called him like Robot Godzilla, and then Josh was just like,
Josh was like, nah, that's Mecha Godzilla.
Mecha Godzilla. But yo, Mecha Godzilla was sweet, man. He had
I definitely like the update. Yeah, it was funny.
All the updates are fire.
Yeah,
because they essentially compared it to. I heard a lot of comparisons to the Pacific Rim,
right?
Because I guess, you know, with the director being involved and stuff.
I could see that. Also the Dragon Zord. I was getting those type of vibes as well.
Oh yeah, that was an easy one.
But yeah, I mean,
cool,
like,
but close.
Yeah, he was whooping Godzilla's ass. Kong.
Yeah.
Like
before
the
boosters, missiles.
Well, he should. He should whoop Godzilla's ass.
He wanted that payback.
He's Super Saiyan Godzilla.
Yeah, for real. He wanted that payback.
No, he was Godzilla Black. That's what I heard.
Oh,
okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, it was cool when he was about to die, and then Kong ends up showing up, and he has the axe, and then it's like now him and Godzilla, they working together and whatnot.
They did the Father Son Kamehameha.
Yeah, like when Godzilla charged the axe up, I was like, yo, that was dope. It was
it was like I said, man, I really appreciated this update on a classic.
Bro, the CGI was just Kong looked
like a video game.
We can look at old Godzilla stuff and be like, this shit is goofy.
Yeah, you know, it's such a good update, man.
Yeah, I'll say that this movie was very colorful as well.
Godzilla looked amazing.
Yeah.
Kong looked amazing. Mecha Godzilla.
I mean, you can say that with the last movie too. Like the way they made all the other Titans look, it's well appreciated, man.
Yeah,
like
they had they had a lot of Titans in King of the Monsters.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
a lot of them, and they all looked phenomenal.
Yep, and they still left out a couple too. So
yeah, I feel like with this movie, it's like they just really wanted to give people what they wanted. So it's like, you know, that you really didn't have to do a lot of like explanations on like who this person was and who that person was. The only thing, like, the nitpicks that I kind of had was that there were certain characters that were in the movie who I felt like it's just like they really didn't need to be there for real.
Unnecessary story.
Yeah, like they were like you had the one guy, I'm mad I can't remember the actor's name, but he was in the beginning of the movie and he was talking to Nathan and Eileen, and I was just like, well, what was the point of him being there if you weren't going to do anything? And then the same thing.
Okay. It took me a while to remember who the hell you was talking about.
Yeah, but yeah, he's on The Good Place, and he's been in a couple things, and then
he wasn't just at the beginning. You're right.
I'm just like, why didn't he show up anywhere else? And then same thing, like Dr. Russell, like he had that small cameo, then he shows up at the end of the movie, and then you have Lance Reddick, and I don't even remember if he had any speaking roles or not. It seemed like he was just there. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right?
Was it Chris Chalk?
Lance Reddick, he was the
No. The guy from the beginning, is his name Chris Chalk?
Bro,
let me look it up. I believe so.
I know he was Ben in the movie. Is that him? It has to be.
Yes, Chris Chalk. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what that was about. So
I don't even know who this Lance dude is you're talking about.
Lance Reddick, he was with Dr. Russell, the black bald guy.
Lance Reddick doesn't even have a credited name.
No, he does have a speaking role. He says, "You better hope this works." When they cut the power.
But yeah, he there's no name next to his character or anything. Like, it's just his name.
How do you even know this guy's name, bro?
Well, first off, First off, he's black. I'm black. It's
Whoa,
Lance
whoa, whoa,
Reddick.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Lance Reddick, bro. He's been in a lot of stuff too. So.
Oh, his name in real life is Lance.
Yes,
Reddick.
it's Lance
Yeah,
Reddick.
yeah,
That's what I'm
I
saying. He
thought you
doesn't
meant
have.
his
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, his name in the
character's
movie
isn't
is
posted.
it's.
I was like, who the hell was he?
Gulerman. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
That's what I,
reading
that's
it
what I
right
was
now.
like. I thought you were saying his character name.
No,
was
my
Lance
fault.
Reddick.
No,
That's why
I
I was
didn't
like,
know how
how
to
do you even know
pronounce
this
it.
guy's name?
Yeah, I didn't know how to pronounce his name, and I didn't want to say it wrong. But Lance Reddick, he's in the John Wick movies. He's the guy that runs the
front desk.
The front desk. Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm reading it right now, and they said that he had a larger role in the film, but ultimately we didn't. It got cut. So
That's
that's what I'm saying.
bro.
Like, it's just certain people. So I'm pretty sure Ben probably had more. He probably had more roles in the film too, but they just got cut.
Yeah.
Who the hell's Ben?
Who knows?
Ben was the guy from the beginning.
That you were just talking about? Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
that guy that was with her
Okay.
at
Look,
I don't know.
if we talk about any small role, it's my boy Ronnie Cheng. He came in there with the bleach.
Uh-huh.
That's the guy they were trying to buy the bleach from.
Yeah.
And of course, he's a show we're all watching right now, Scissor 7. He voices the main character. So
Nice.
crazy when I seen him, and I was like, "That's Ronnie Cheng, man!" And I love.
He was just
Ronnie
in there for a
Cheng.
cameo.
Yeah.
He came in for the cameo.
Yeah, he said it. I don't know
He's
nothing
been
about
on Young
no.
Rock too.
He said I don't know nothing about this weird guy, but I can sell y'all some candy.
Yeah, sell y'all some candy.
He just
sold
kept
it at
telling
10?
Yeah, he's like, I'll point you in his direction if you buy a live fish. Oh, this guy.
But yeah, I want to circle back
Yeah,
because we were talking about how many monsters they had in King of the Monsters.
yeah,
Mhm.
Man, they had when they went down to Hollow Earth
yep.
and they showed all these monsters down there.
Mhm.
They had the war bats.
Yep.
When Kong fought those war bats, dude, that thing was fire.
Yeah,
And then the crazy thing, I thought the craziest thing down there was those. I thought they were like bat pigeons, but apparently they're called hellhawks. The things that was in like the throne room that were hanging from the ceiling.
Mhm.
Those things are scary looking, bro.
They remind me.
Scary.
I was talking to Angela about this. Remember the Pippin and Mary from remember the goblin that was trying to eat them?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, that's exactly what those things look. They look just like that guy. That was like,
They do
I was
have
like,
the same
"Hun."
face.
I was like, "Hun, look at this guy. It looked just like him." I was like, "Dude, they are ugly though." Long story
Yeah,
short.
those things were cool, man. They had a lot of really cool creatures down there.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the best part about them doing the update of the monster universe, Godzilla wise and stuff. Now is like we get all this stuff like revamped and stuff.
Right.
I mean, because all the Titans look pretty dope. So
yeah, compared to
hell yeah, how they used to look like,
in the 40s, 50s.
Yeah,
60s.
I mean, they were doing what they could, but
right. Yeah, I'm not knocking
you
them.
you gotta update, and this is what a good update looks like.
I'm trying to see who the character's name is, but I was wondering why he wasn't in this movie.
But essentially,
Go ahead.
Now I'm wondering. Okay, so you got obviously Kong and Godzilla's ancestors come from there. Do you think because Godzilla's obviously the last one of his kind that he was the one who took out the rest of Kong's kind that was down there?
No,
Or do you think that just kind of died out?
Yeah, I think that because they said that I'm assuming that they had like an ancient war or something like that.
I got something more I want to go into that with. Go ahead, Banks.
I just think that it was just one of those things where it's like Kong is the last of his race, and Godzilla is the last of his race, and
Or so you think.
Yeah.
That's all we know for right now. But
Now, with that being said, how do you think they got to Skull Island? If they originated down there,
I think they're gonna dive into that next Kong movie.
I mean,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Maybe it has something to do with like global warming and how like they said the Earth used to be one thing, one continent.
That's kind of where I was going to go into too. Where do they go from here? You know, Kong and Godzilla. That's what I think their deep dive in for the next Kong movie is how this came about, how it went from Hollow Earth up to regular Earth or whatever. I don't even know what you call it.
Yeah.
And then
topside.
how is it not more known? this Skull Island. You know what I mean? Like,
it's very interesting. Well, the one thing that I noticed too is the outpost numbers. Right. Because they said that was 236, I think, is where Kong was at the beginning of it. And I'm like, then does that mean they have all the other Titans held in other places? And is there a total of 200 and something? Or is that like where the other ones destroyed? It's very open-ended. Like you don't get many details. So you really don't know how many other captivities they have, which I think is very interesting. Or do you think they're going to try, like the Titans that were up top side, like, do you think they're eventually going to try and usher them back to Hollow Earth? Or
I mean, I could see that
kind of like
happening.
A zoo.
Like, this is my thing. It's like, I kind of feel like Godzilla is like, where else can you go from here? Because I feel like, he fought King Ghidorah, and that's like one of his like biggest. His biggest,
there's one more.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
There's
so it's just
more.
like, where do you go from here? Whereas with Kong, I feel like you can come out with a Kong 2, and you can explore stuff in that Hollow Earth.
Of course,
it's just that's where I see the future going.
The one thing,
there's characters. Like I was just looking up, like Joe Morton, right? If you don't know who Joe Morton is, he was in Terminator 2. I can't remember the guy's name that he was. He was the one that killed himself at Cyberdyne. Black guy, he had dreads. He played Cyborg's dad in Justice League.
Okay.
Trav, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I
know the actor you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember his character's name, but anyway, he was in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now, he played the older version of the one dude, Corey Hawkins. He was in Kong Skull Island.
Right, yeah.
He played, so Joe Morton plays the older version of him in the Godzilla movie. And I was hoping to see him in this movie, but we didn't see him because he was him and what's her name? I can't remember the chick that Brie Larson played. But it's like, I want to say like they were like some of the only surviving people from Kong Skull Island.
Right.
So it's just like, where are those people at?
Yeah, I wanted to see more of that. I'm glad you brought it up, Banks. I wanted to see more returning members. Just like oh boy, what's his name? Aaron, Quicksilver. His first name's Aaron, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Aaron,
I can't remember his first name, but yeah, he was in the first movie, and it's like we haven't heard anything.
Yeah, they didn't say he died or anything, and I was hoping to see him come back because he actually tried to help Godzilla, if I remember correctly, or something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got Bryan Cranston was in the first Godzilla movie,
but he died though.
Yeah.
I
forgot that he died.
So it's just it's kind of interesting how they
Trav he could have returned.
Trav I'm good on that.
Hey, Agatha could have made it happen, man.
All along. Did you see her dancing at the end of the movie? She was bringing the monsters together to fight. But yeah, it's just interesting the way they chose to do these kind of like one-off roles with characters that can obviously be, used further. Unless it has something to do with Marvel scheduling, that could be it too. Because you had your boy Loki and Captain Marvel.
I forgot that Tom Hiddleston was in that first.
Yes, he was. Yep. Shout out to you, Trav. Thanks, Tom.
Hey, Trav wanted Bryan Cranston to come back.
And he was good in that. And he was good in that movie, though, dude.
Hey, that there's another Marvel connection here because Homegirl used to date Alex Skarsgård.
Who? Brie
Elizabeth
Larson?
Olsen.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they used to date.
Interesting.
Shout
out to you again, Trav. That's 2 shout outs.
So
you're on fire. Redemption.
I may not remember that Bryan Cranston died, but damn it, I know some stuff.
Hey, and remember, Samuel L. Jackson, he was in Kong Skull Island.
And he used his
that was the start of the Avengers Initiative right there.
Hey, what I really like too?
He said, hold on to your butts.
She tried to escape and he grabbed her little.
Oh man, that was nasty scene.
He looked in there to see who was in there. He was like, oh, that bitch. Boom. Goodbye.
Hey, what a savage moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't like her. Later.
Yeah, I love that moment.
Yeah, that thing was sweet.
Yeah. It was nice and abrupt because it was like she came down there, double crossed him, and just tried to get out of there. And he was like, no.
And she got caught.
He
gave her all that crit damage.
Yeah, she had to go.
It's like I said, man, it's just like they try to come in there and they try to snatch up all the power and everything. And it's just like the stone cold.
Hey, you know what white people do? That's what they do.
Hey, Trav, just
come in other people's lands
relax,
and they
Trav.
try and take it for everything they got.
Take it easy.
Hey, Trav's with us. Y'all come after him. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of them.
Hey, whatever it takes. You know, it's like it's
all about that royal purple, baby.
Hey,
that royal purple. Oh, heard that.
Trav gonna be standing there with the hammer. Then all of a sudden he gonna. You gotta remember, Trav got the ear.
He got the ear.
All Trav gonna hear to your left, and then he gonna look
to your left.
You gonna see Bag and Sag and Danny. And he gonna pull the shield out of his pants.
There's too much inside jokes going on right now, bro.
These people.
Hey, y'all have to look at our other reviews and interviews so that way that you can get some of the stuff that we're talking about right now.
That's right.
And unless you guys have anything else to talk about,
before we wrap it up, I do want to ask one thing. I know you kind of talked about it a little bit, Banks, but if you got more, what are y'all two like nitpicks about this film?
D, let me go first so that way you can go ahead because I only have one other major thing.
Okay.
I just feel that it's not like a nitpick at the film, but I feel like I should have went and saw it in theaters because I feel like I would have appreciated it more compared to first watching the first half of the movie on my phone and then watching the second half on my TV. Now it was a lot better when I watched it on my TV.
Oh yeah, no question.
But yeah, it's like I didn't have the same feeling watching this movie at home compared to watching like King of the Monsters in theater. When I watched that in theater, like I was hyped when stuff was going on. I was still hyped watching this, but I just feel like I would have been more hyped if I was in a theater or a room full of people where we were all getting hyped together. Like whenever something like that scene where Kong hopped off the boat, I know everybody in the theater would have lost their mind if they saw that because it was just a dope moment. Especially
when he rocked him in the jaw.
Everybody rocked him in the jaw, and it was in slow motion. I was just like, yo, I got to rewind that real quick. But yeah, that's my. It's not a nitpick. It's more of a complaint. And anybody that's watching this review, if you have the opportunity and you do want to go to a theater and watch it, go watch it in the theater. So that way you can just have that theater experience because just watching it at home, it's not the same thing. Right. But D, go ahead.
Me, guys, I don't really have. I mean, maybe a little bit of the human dialogue and writing could have been a little better in some areas. That seems to be the
number one complaint.
Yeah, I mean, because the rest of the movie is phenomenal, but if you're asking me, that's what it would be because when it can't, like I said, dude, this is an amazing update on the class. And I mean, I totally appreciate the way they went with it. Like I said, they fleshed the story out because, I mean, I didn't get a chance to talk really about it, but I think in the original, the old school one, I believe that it's a matter of them getting the two monsters to get together.
Right. Yeah.
So that Kong can get rid of them. But in this case, it's like we need to get Kong home. Or what they don't know what's down there, but they think it's his home. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like I liked all the tweaks that they did to the storyline. Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people they're complaining that there's too many storylines going on with too many people.
Yeah,
it's a fast-paced movie. There's a lot going on. But
they don't make you wait long.
It's like you don't even got to pay attention to their storylines because you're watching this movie to see Godzilla and Kong fight, and that is it.
Oh, one thing I do want to commend them on too that we didn't talk about was the little native girl and her using sign language. I really like that. I thought that was cool.
Which is real. She's actually
Gia.
Yeah, I figured that was a real
she actually situation. And actually, Alexander Skarsgård learned sign language to communicate with her for the
nice.
Dope. And I just thought that I want to piggyback off of that, but them using that and blending it into certain scenes where they take the sound out, like in between the fight and everything going around, and then it bleeds back in. I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And now you can have a communication line between Kong and a human.
Because it's revealed that, he picks up on it. He is super smart because, monkeys are smart and he's a giant monkey. So guess what?
Yeah.
He's giant smart.
Yeah. He was their line of defense when it comes to like fighting the monsters. Because with Godzilla, it's like they really can't talk to Godzilla.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like
Godzilla's a brute, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas Kong is caring. Like,
remember at the end, she's like, he's not the enemy. He was like,
yeah.
What bro, do you mean? He was trying to kill me for like the last hour.
Yo, I felt her tears when she was crying and saying like y'all need to work together and everything.
Yeah, man, it was so good, and it's something that we kind of we're just getting to it. But it, like I said, man, them blending the sign language and the soundless moments with sound, especially with them not just being like when he's in captivity, she's doing it was like all the time. I thought that was really appreciated.
She out there on the front lines with him.
No question. They need to jack her pay rate.
And it was cool too because they always give Kong like a love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Like he always falls in love with a girl. And this was nothing romantic between the two. It was
more like it was his kid.
it was family or home. You know how he's doing the home thing.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, like remember that it's like they went to go visit him and whatnot. And it's just
they're not visiting. I believe they're down there to stay.
Yeah,
the doctor and her. They're down there to stay.
Because remember his brother died trying to go down there. So, it only makes sense that he's trying to, take the legacy a step further. And Banks, before I let you take it away, the one thing I could see them possibly doing, if they want to, not really sure because Apex's, hierarchy got crushed, but they could do Mecha Ghidorah. I believe it's Mecha Ghidorah, which is another rendition of him, essentially, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, because the skull didn't get destroyed.
Exactly. So I'm curious to see if they choose to. I mean, I'm happy right here. If they choose to leave it for a while, I'm good with that.
Yeah. But yeah, D, I wanted to bring up one thing too. Didn't you say that somebody in your household said that Bernie reminded them of me?
You? That is correct. And this is a great place to end it because at the end of the movie, he was like, "Yeah, you should come on to my podcast." Yeah. Angela was like, "Banks?" Now it was hilarious. I was like, "Yeah, you right."
Hey, I mean, you got to think, man. I've had a good year when it's come to movies. Last year, I made my film debut in Soul.
Yep.
And then now, I'm in Godzilla versus Kong.
Look at this guy out there marketing after the world almost got destroyed.
Hey, whatever it takes, and the podcast comes first. Y'all
whatever it takes.
So with that being said, thank you everybody for watching our review. We hope that you enjoyed it. We hope that you enjoyed Godzilla versus Kong. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts were on the movie. If you're going to watch it again, did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you kind of pissed off because there was too much human dialogue in the movie? And did you feel that the humans were kind of like the humans in Tom and Jerry, where it's just like they really weren't needed because all we wanted to see was Kong versus Godzilla? Let us know in the comments. And also, too, this Saturday on Facebook, we're going to be having Facebook Live, where we are going to be having people, the listeners and the viewers of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, come on to our Facebook Live channel and discuss what they liked and didn't like about the movie. It's going to be a good time. Hopefully, it doesn't go for 3 hours. And
it's going to.
I know it's not. And with that being said, D, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
Going to be rebellious _D23 at Instagram.com. Trav.
And you can find your boy on the Instagrams at ZK Audio. And if you are in need of a hero, where can they find one?
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And then you can look me up on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg right now. With that being said, thank you for watching this review, and make sure that you tune in tomorrow for our reviews on Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 3 and episode 4 of Invincible. And then Saturday, we have our review for My Hero Academia episode 2.
That's right.
5. So,
keep it rolling, baby.
Keep that pinky up. We'll see you soon. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday, and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.